Welcome to Laysara, Summit Kingdom. My name is Nilaus, and this is a first look at this interesting indie city builder game. And it came out a couple of months ago, and I've been following it for a while, but I just never had really had time to dive in. So I dove into this yesterday on stream, and it has some really interesting mechanics. And I thought it would be really cool to do a let's try and a first look here on YouTube, where I showcase how the game works, give some ideas about how to play it, and then maybe it's going to be something that you find enjoyable. If you do, be sure to hit the like button, let me know in the comment section below, you know, the usual drill. And if there's an interest for it, we can always play more of it, so that is what we are going to be gauging. But this is an interesting game. One of the things that I find to be most interesting about this as a city builder, it's very classic city builder. It is extremely crisp on making things sort of connect together logistically, and I think that's really cool. There are some other things that are a little bit frustrating, but I think that it's really cool that when you match the resources, it just works. There's no sort of buffer time or transportation time, sort of the lead times, all that. It's just that when you pair things up, it works and it clicks and it's stable. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to be jumping into a game, and let's see how it goes. Here we are. This is our mountain, and there's of course some lore and some stuff around it, but I think that's not really so interesting, to be honest. We are more interested in how this game performs and how it works, so you can get a sense of the gameplay. The lore is not particularly deep. There's the concept is there's a fog that's sort of enveloped the lands, and then the only thing that's out of the fog is up on the mountains. And basically the mountains are split into three ranges. You can see that the green, the orange, and the desolate one. And there are also three caste systems. There are lowlanders, there are artisans, and there are monks. And they sort of have a preference for living at these locations. This is our connection to the rest of the world for trading and that kind of thing. And you build basically on a mountain, and you can have different mountains with different resources and all that stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to be diving in to just try to explain how it works and set up a good workshop, a good colony here. Things are very much constrained, and that's going to be a little bit more challenging, or a lot challenging. I will do something like this. We build a road, and the first thing we want to do is a food thing, a food market which distributes food. This is super intensive, and the way that it works is that this will, if you provide food into this, it'll push food out to other locations nearby. So it has a range. You can see that the highlighted part of the road, that's the range of it. And we're probably going to be sort of building this. Roads cost a little bit of money to build, but they don't cost anything to maintain unless you sort of get upgraded roads. So that should get us going. The first thing we want to do then is get some working people here. You got some money. You lose the game if you're out of money, and you basically get money from, you get a starting 200 money from assistance from the capital. And then you have to work on donations, primarily as from the population later on. Basically just the taxation. Then you have the different kinds of people, not resources, lowlanders, artisans, monks, and then also yaks. They're also a thing. And then you have a research level. High research level makes more requirements. So usually city building mechanic, like the higher you research, the more you progress the game, the more demanding your citizens become. It has a very crisp way of working on these things here. There. So I have now built some houses. Each of these houses gets us 4 dwellers. It's not like we wait for them to come in or anything like that. They are just here. We can see that these are sort of flashing, so we can see that they are serviced by the food. Our first objective is to provide citizens with eggs, and I need 40 citizens, and each of these are here, so I need 10 buildings. So that's going to be just something like this. And you can see these ones, that catapult icon means that they don't have a road, and they need to be next to a road. So, you know, that almost looks like city blocks, doesn't it? Well, not everything's going to be city blocks. So why do we want them to get eggs? The thing is, this is basically, if you fulfill all these 6 points, then you can upgrade. And when you upgrade it, they will have 10 people instead of 4 people. So upgrading is good. And the way that it is, there are three different types of resources. There are the food resources, there's the prosperity resource, and there's the enlightenment resource. And you can see that which ones are highlighted. Those are the ones that we can produce and the ones that we then have. And then some of them have to be specific. They want enlightenment and they want some food, 3 food. And then the last 2 can be whatever they want in order to get an upgrade. So what we're going to do is, the first thing we want is to get some eggs going. And we don't have a lot of options for how to do this. So we just make some eggs. And here it is. These ones have a marker that says they're not sending anything. They're producing, 100% producing. They're producing 4. There's no stockpile. There's no nothing. It's just you need to tie it to connect it. So you just drag it in here. And then you can see each of these produce 4. And then it goes in, becomes 8. And it consumes 4.8. That's because of how much population. And we completed the first mission. No rewards, no nothing. So now it's not like this can run out. It's not like there's a lead time. It's not like there's a buffer. It's not like anything like that. You either have enough from the production or you don't have enough. So you lose something in realism, but you have this really snappy thing of it either works or it doesn't work. So now it says upgrade 10 highlighter huts to level 2. So that means that we now have to go in here. You can see that they have been fulfilled with eggs, and that gives them satisfaction 2. For some reason, that gives us 2 values. So we need to get more food, for example, some cheese, and we get some prayers. So let's look at the prayers here. That's a pretty simple one. You can see how much it covers. We've built one here, here, and there maybe. Then everything should now have a prayer thing. Then we need more food. We can build the samba, and we can do the cheese. So we have to do both, I think. There we'll go for this part. This is some 1, 2, 3, 4, and here. And these are what? Oh, not in range. Okay, then we remove this. It's free and doesn't cost anything to move things around. There we go. So now this, I know that the ratio is 4 of these. There's another interesting thing here. If I'm just looking at it a little bit more slowly, you can see that it says it produces different at different zones. So stuff like barley fields produce more barley at the lower elevation. So we want to build it at lower elevation. We produce 6 barley and 2 hay, but up top we produce 2 barley and 4 hay. Don't know what the hay is for, but yeah. And then these produce 6 down here, and that means I need 4 fields for one of these mills, and it produces 24, it produces 12 outbound, and then I need to send where it should send. It should send in here. You can only send it to one location with the exception of some of the distribution buildings we'll get a little bit later, which can then send to multiple locations. So now we have lots and lots of samba. You can also lower this and this one. So these have a maintenance cost 5 and also some workforce allocation. So by pausing them, you lower the demand. Right now we're not making any money at all because we just have those 200, and we need to make sure that we can get some money in at some point soon-ish. But we are not upgrading yet. So we need one more thing to go in here. I guess that's going to be the cheese part. Here's an issue. When you have a lack of yaks are used for this part. You need here. And then it becomes really expensive to compensate for it. Because you're having a lack of resource, you kind of hire them from the outside, which is inefficient. So we're going to need to find some yak buildings. They are here. And they are pretty big, so we can actually just build them over on the other island. It doesn't matter, they don't need to, they'll be available anyway. Actually I don't think I want this, and there is a there, and I will be getting the bridge from here to that one, like something like this, and then we can make some yak buildings. That one, okay. Actually, could I take that here and then get this? That one. I don't know if that makes any sense. So now I'm a shortage on lowlanders, but I do have enough yaks. So I need more lowlanders, that means more housing, or I need to upgrade the housing. So we're going to be working on upgrading the housing, and that can be done by getting the cheese production. That is some yaks for this, and I guess I can make it. We don't really want to use this location for this. That one. So that is a yak that produces milk and wool. Okay, and that goes... Okay, now we're in the negative because we're using a lot of resources we don't have. And then the other part was the cheese production in here. I'll get that here. So you're going to be dragging it in, so it goes from the yak hut with milk production into here and into there. And then suddenly all of these get upgraded. When they upgrade, they go from having 4 to 10. And doing this will of course also increase our food consumption. So now we can see the consumption here is a little bit higher of all the things. That's very nice. There we go. So now it says that we have copper. Highlighting that we have some copper, but the copper is all the way up here. So we're going to make a copper mine like that, but I am actually going to disable it because it's going to be a while until we can actually start using it. So we now have a little bit of extra, little bit of food, a little bit of money, and this bar underneath here is our total money. You can see our treasury is nearing 2,000, which is the maximum, and it can go down incredibly quick. Right, so now we just need to kind of balance all the things that we need. There will be some things that these are just lowlanders, all of them, that's good. There'll be a lot of things that require the next group of people, and that's actually going to be what we need to focus on at this point. We also have the danger in this area is from, here is a snow cap, so there'll be an avalanche roaring down here at some point. I think I'll start by, we can make a shaft up here, there, and then we can make a road from here to maybe like that, and then a bridge across. I don't know where. And then, oh, there's, perfect timing. There's an avalanche. So if you have any buildings in this case, in this location, it would, oh, that was lucky. Perfectly timed. It would be in trouble. And we can make some protection with making foresters here. And if we build them something like 1, 2, and 3, then there. These are also producing wood, but we don't need wood right now, but this will protect against this. It does, however, use 5 maintenance and 4 additional workforce, so using our workforce as well. But we've now worked our way over to this area. I want to make this area a location where I house all of our artisans. So this will eventually become a location that primarily does housing for the lowlanders, and this one will be primarily do housing for the artisans. So we'll make some artisan houses. No, we'll make some food distribution location thing here, and we'll try to make it right there. And let's do this as a thing. And I want this. The reason why I'm making this all the way around is because, first of all, things need roads to move around, but it's also that it'll sort of count from the edge. So if I only have a road up here and I need to get here, then it'll start counting from this location on how far it can reach. Because it doesn't actually reach very far. But it should reach all of this area and sort of the mass, this part here, and then of course not reaching all that out there. This is also a location that's a little bit dangerous for that. So now we're going to be working on some artisans, and we're really in trouble when it comes to money. Maybe, just maybe, I can actually make a donation spot. That might actually be very valuable to get there. This is basically a tax office, which you can see how much it affects. We want to get this in and affect everything in here. So there. That did not get us very much. Oh, yeah, okay, that doesn't work. So this doesn't work because it requires artisans. 16 artisans to work there. Every lowlander and monk donate 2, and every artisan 3. Okay. Ooh, artisans are money makers. Good. That's how much they donate in taxes. And let's make some artisan houses here. They are also just small houses. Artisans are a little bit more demanding. Of course they are. And then they also need 6 points, but we at least have some. That means at this point I can activate this, and that should help us with our money situation. There, we're up to 200. Yay, we got 240. Everything is covered here, so it's good. And then the lowlanders here. So now we can either start working on getting these improved, or we can just, on the short-term basis, just say, you know what, let's just make some more houses and that'll be fine. And yeah, then at least we have some workers here, some artisans that we can then use for building the next part. Now, this is producing 4 copper bars, and the process for prosperity is here, utensils. This makes 4 copper bars. This one takes 1 copper bar and makes it into 5 utensils. So we actually need a 1 to 4 location, and these buildings can only send to 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here in the distribution. This is a carrier post, which is basically a splitter. I can't really say this in any other way, but it's basically a splitter. So it will need to, or it will be built here, and then I can go back and split it into multiple of these, like coppersmith. I don't need them right now, and I certainly don't want them too close to this house. 1, 2, actually, can I get you one up? No, not really. Can I get you up here? Yeah, I can. Then I could get a road like this. Yeah, okay. So this will drag over here. That means you now has a little icon of what this is dedicated to, because you can only have one thing it's dedicated to. Then I'm going to build a coppersmith here. That will go there. So now that coppersmith it'll require 1. This one has a warning because it's not getting anything from this location because there's nothing working. Now this coppersmith makes utensil, and utensils now have to be going somewhere. It can't be sent to a marketplace, so it has to be sent to another equivalent-ish building. But that equivalent-ish building is a little annoying. So I'm going to send it from here into that location, because that can then further distribute it onwards to where I want to make it. And I want to make it maybe here, so it reaches as far out as possible. Yes, that is a commodity supplier. Let's make a commodity supplier here. You can see that even with this, it doesn't even hit all of it. Like, all of these houses out here are not even connected. That's crazy, right? How short the range is. And this is one of the things that, as I mentioned, that bugs me about this game, is how short of a range these buildings actually have. I think they have way too short range, and you can extend the range by making better roads. But, you know, it's very expensive in terms of upkeep to have these better roads. So at least at this stage of the game, so that's a problem. So I'm going to take you in here. And then if I turn you on, then money turns negative. So what we see now is this is producing 4, sending it over here. 4 is coming in, 1 is going out. Going out to that one, that goes 5 utensils. Utensils go down here, and that gets into the distributor, and this is consuming 5.7. This is not working, it's not getting that done, so that's a little bit unfortunate. So now we're having a massive deficit of money. How can we alleviate that? Because that's all of the upkeep for this, and particularly because we need a lot of yaks that we don't have. So first thing first is, in terms of reducing our negative upkeep, is to make sure that we have all the things that actually we need here, and here. So now we have enough, so that becomes at least back to positive. That's a good thing. What about you? Can you go there? Balance turns negative. Why? Because we're using more of these than we have. So we're gonna have to go back in here and get some more of these, and they immediately go pop up to that. And oh no, that's not good. Okay, well, this will be too far away from everything else. Copy and put it in here. Okay, so they get upgraded. There we go. So that gets us a lot more. It'll just slowly increase, and at some point they'll be going over the threshold, and we have other problems. But we now have a little more money and a little more lowlanders available. So you can kind of see the sort of cycle of it. Like, there's balanced resources, getting enough workers, that increases the demand of resources to keep the workers happy, and then you balance that, and then sort of slowly take up while maintaining your structure here. Now what we want to do is definitely want to start taxing these fellas here. I don't know I think I need to build it there, which is like an awful place considering that. Could I just take you and move you over here? That should still work, yeah, still in range. Okay, and then let's make some more houses. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and there. So now they are available. That's about as much as we can reach. This one, it cannot reach all these up here. That's really sad or annoying, and therefore I'm gonna move them down here. There. So now everything is covered by that one. And if we look at it, they at least have the utensils. They don't have any kind of food, but we need at least one kind of food and then some more. So they need more eggs. We cannot send things between locations yet, so we have to build the egg production again here. Now, if I make it close, then it kind of interrupts all of that. So what I'd ideally like to make is I'd like to make one of these locations. And then, let's see, can you go in there? I can't drag it because it doesn't know what it's supposed to do. So let's see if we can just make some food up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there, and there, and there, and there. And let's see. Inbound. And you... Ow, come on. This is the most frustrating part about this game, is the range part. Did I mention the range part? And this is even with this, otherwise you'd have to have it super close. Yeah, okay, so now we have way too much of this, so I'm going to be disabling some of these because we don't want them, and then we just can enable later on. So 8 is coming in. This is not technically necessary, but otherwise I'd have to build all of these in range. So I have to just use some extra workforce, a little bit of extra upkeep, just in order to get this working. It is what it is. They can be built here. They're not great though. Oof. Something happened. Like immediately something happened. Don't know what that was, but something definitely happened. That was the lack of eggs, and we enable one more. And not enough utensils. Okay, so let's make another utensil maker, which we'll then get from here and then get to there. There. No. Yeah. Have I mentioned the range thing? It's the worst. It's the most frustrating thing, because the reason why it's so frustrating is because you end up spending an inordinate amount of time on managing just something as useless and as boring as just moving things around and figuring out why things are just one out of range. But now everything is good. They're all affected by this one, yeah. They're all affected by the food, yes. So they're all sort of at level 3. So we can put some enlightenment on these as well. And that should help them get at least one more. That'll get some of that, some of that, and yeah. And that one is not, of course. So we'll just make one down here. All right, all these are done. So I need some more production. So that would be like a bath would be excellent to do. So let's see if we can make a bath that is here. Bath have to be built next to a river. Makes sense. And this has a pretty good range. Yes, thank you. And as you can see, stuff is happening. If I upgrade this, we're probably going to be... Well, we might run out. We might not. Let's see. Probably maybe the utensils might run out. Look at that. Screw it. I want all. I want it all. This one can't be upgraded. Why not? Not food. Okay, so food is not keeping up. So that one. So now everything is upgrade. Is anything not upgraded? No. All these are upgraded. This one's not upgraded. Why are you not upgraded? There we go. Good. So now everything is upgraded here. And we have a lot of stuff. And we now don't have enough eggs either. And I'd really love to have it up here. But that's not happening. So I have to build it here. It sucks. There. And utensils. Oh, utensils are perfectly fine. Okay. So now we have really good. You see, when you listen to me, everything goes great. Well, there. Now we need some monks. That is going to be the next challenge. And where do we want the monks to live? I think this is probably a pretty good place for them to live. That will be here. So we need to set up a new location for monks. Yeah. They're going to start by needing food, and then they'll be sort of huddling around this location. Ooh, hold on. Let me just think about something. I think that they'll do this because the issue is, or the challenge here is, that one. And that one is just, oh, manually disabled. Yes, okay, good. That's disabled because we don't have any monks. Perfect. Now we're also out of lowlanders somehow. Because there's so many people here, so many artisans. Don't worry, we'll get the artisans in use, but it'll give us an opportunity or force us to build this. So what are you missing? You're missing that thing there. This cheese thing is not a great location. There, that's a good one. And is it connected? It is going into that one, yes. But it's not getting stuff inbound because this is too far away. Huh? What did we do? Oh, I didn't move it. I just copied it. Oh, never mind. Let's ignore that for now. I wanted to actually move it. And I think that if I do this, then it's going to be too far away. Yeah, that's the problem. So a little bit of shuffling. That's 1, 2, 1, 2. And I just shuffle it. Oh. And this here. And there. But these are not necessary yet. So we'll disable them. No need to. And we got them. More people. We can get more people, even more people, and I'm gonna move you away and then get a little bit more here. And you are missing some. I'll build it here. Good. We want all of them to be level 2, but we're now having problems. Satisfaction is too low. What is your satisfaction? Oh, look at that. We just don't have enough food inbound, so we need more. This one is easy. We'll just enable. If we enable, that's good. Now the cheese part is also needs to be enabled already, and done. Yeah, and the cheese production is a little bit cheeky here because then it's 9, but each of these are only producing 6. So it's actually 2 of these to 3 of the other ones, but that requires a little bit more sort of back and forth, which we don't have right now. So I'm just going to allow this to be sort of less efficient, and then accept it for now. Cool. And eggs are barely keeping up, but they're keeping up. Good. So back to our setup for our good friends, the monks. They will also need some housing districts, and I'd actually really like them to also be available to this. So I want to try and see if we can maybe do something like this. 1, 2, 3. Blech. Huh. And maybe I'll just do this instead. Yeah, okay. Because then we are going to... Okay, so these also need to be upgraded. They need a lot of enlightenment. They get 2 enlightenment from this one. But they also would like some enlightenment from the player place. You can see they also get something if they are built in the high zone. They are not, because we can't really... Well, we could get up there, but... actually, we could. Huh, that's interesting. Maybe I should have done that instead. Instead of building here. But it's just like, this is kind of nearby. I'll try this. I'll try this instead and see if that's a good idea. We'll try building out of here. There we go. That's a big one up here. And let's just connect it in. Ah, I don't like that it connects this way. There will not be anything with range in this case. So let's move all this up here. And up here, oh, that's probably a little bit dangerous. Oh well, we'll see. And I'm going to be moving things from down here. And that will be moving up to this location. Yeah. This is a little bit of a challenge because I also want this here, and this is bigger. Oh, no, it's not actually. But how do I make sure, or how do I prioritize which one's most important? Is it the food or here? Oh, this is a 6x5. That's why it's a little bit different. But this way they actually work next to each other, which is good, but it's a little bit far up close to this thing. Oh, maybe that's not a... This is a snow cap and this is a snow cap. This is not a snow cap. Alright, cool. We'll just make you in here. And... there. Good. So let's get some citizens in here. And that will be... Ooh, this has another issue is... let's see. That... They don't need to be here. And we don't need this either. Good. Right. Housing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think it'll work like this. Really? Okay. 1. I don't know how many I need, but that's probably a good start. And then see, they already get one bonus for high zone. That's perfect. And they get the other one from here. And that means I need some food and I need some... any category. They need the samba or they need the cheese. Okay, so we are actually lack of yaks here. So we need more yaks. 1. Oh, that's not good. 2 yaks. And you don't have a road. Actually, you don't need that. I can just do this. Then they connect and become one big happy family. That's definitely enough yaks for now, but then it's the lowlanders that are struggling. I'm going to disable that, so we have too many yaks now. Alright, up here. Now, road. Oof. That's not great that this one is not connected this way, but whatever. We'll have to accept it. Right, and once I activate this, it should be fine. It takes 60 workers. We don't have 60 workers even. Now we do have 60 workers, and this one was the one that didn't work. We can also make them on this side, actually. That may actually be better. 1, and good. So now we have 64, which is enough. And I can if I activate this, then you can see that this increases and we'll get to level 1. So that's 3 of the points taken care of. Then we need to get some more yaks. That means some cheese production and some samba. Samba is pretty awful, to be honest, because I can't get it up here. But once we have level 1, we have options. We have options indeed. Now, that might actually be what we want to do first, because this is fine. Maybe we'll even just get some money from them, just to make sure that we get what's... There we go. That gets us a lot of money. Nice. So you're happy. You're doing stuff. You make sure that we get that. But they are only level 1. We need to get them higher up, but not now, because that would require us to send things up and down, and we can't really do that. So what we want to do now is we have a new building over here, the cart post. It's a little bit more expensive than the carrier post, but it can send at longer distances. So we can actually have a location here, make a dedicated cheese factory build or a egg production build. Oh, avalanche. Okay, that's a pretty shitty location to build, I would suppose. Or here we can make like a ton of farms, and I think that's exactly what we want. So we can make some farming area in this location. I'm not going to be making the housing here. I just want farms. Or egg production. Is egg production susceptible to... No, it just produces. So egg production can be built anywhere. It's equally good everywhere. That's actually nice to know. So it doesn't need to be built down here where there's a little more precious. That's actually pretty cool. Let's start by doing that. This area is now not being used for anything, so let's make it into a egg farm location. So what we're going to do is we are going to build one of these, and this one will just simply... And roads cost something, but they don't get anything though. What? How? Oh, that's not in range. Oh, because they have to go all the way there. That's so silly. That's so silly. Okay, so a different pattern than this then, I guess. And this here, this here, this here, and now obviously we're not going to need all of these right now. Oh, so this still doesn't work. That's weird. It feels weird, this part. It feels just wrong in every way. Like, the fact that I can't really make a good build, like, this would have to go all the way around instead of just connecting directly. That's some kind of a silly thing here. So I'm gonna get you out and get you down there. There. So that's connected. So this one is now getting 32 in and nothing out. We're also way short on resources, so I'm just gonna start disabling some of this. But now I can take from here and drag it straight into that one. And now obviously this is consume something, but then I can actually take all of this out, because if I don't want to produce that here and I want to use that for something else, then I can just take this out. But, you know, maybe that's not even the one I want to make. I want to just drag it into that one. So it doesn't cost anything to get there, but that means now I can take these two out and it'll be supporting the 8. And that means 8 is being consumed and we still have a vast surplus. And what if I take like that? And then I need to activate these again. 32 in, 25 out. Perfect. Right? That's pretty good, I think. So that's maybe, hold on. Ah, that was not what I wanted. Yeah, hold on. Don't do that. Here. And all of these now need to go back in. There, that's a much better way, because now I can actually just continue to do it. Oh, money is deading. Why we dead? Oh, right, because they're not sending anything. There, and sending, that's 17 out, and there, that's another 8 out. So that works pretty well. But that means now, for example, eggs, this is taken care of at this point. Done. Yaks are down here because they are more efficient at this point. Let's see if we look at the cheese production, if that's also susceptible to that. Cheese production. Yeah, they're better at the lowlands, so we'll definitely make it at the lowlands. Okay, so let's rebuild a new cheese location here. Oh, look at those monks, man. They are so close. 60. I need 80 monks. Could I do that without upgrading? I could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, and there we go. We got mission completed. Huh. Continue, and then we get the next, which will be the last and also most complicated one we're gonna get in today. A gold vein. Ooh, we want citizens to have ale from inns. Okay, I'd like to get these upgraded, but I'm not really sure. Like, they would need, they would like to have bath, but they, is that a, oh, that's a river. That's so cool. I can actually make a bath here. Boom, that gets everyone super happy. Now they just need food in here. They need samba and they need cheese. So those are the two things we're gonna be making. We need to make here, this one will be our cheesecake factory. And I'm gonna be pausing this a little bit because I need to get things out. I'll be going vastly into the negative and then going positive again. So, cheese production. We get 2 of these. 1, 2, and then we need 3 of the other ones. 1, 2, 3. But that needs to be paired up. But this only produces 18. How much are you consuming? You're consuming 8. And did you also want the cheese then? Did you want cheese? Yes, you do. So, but on the other hand, as long as you have eggs, you don't really care. right? So that's actually not necessary. And these would also need some cheese. Good. So let's start with a build such as this. And then just figure out how to build it. Let's try and build it as far down here as possible. Here. And... oh, close. So close. So close. And unfortunately, there's no way that you can rotate things in this game. Yet, at least. Ah, man, we have potential for making 3 of these. Because if I do this, then they are... Okay. Maybe I can do this thing. And we'll move you somewhere else. Yeah, so that's all good. And that means this should be possible to make here, here, and here. Okay, so we are going to consolidate these yak things into a carrier post. That's the short range one. Go in, go out, go out, go out. And then it goes into the longer range one. That's this one. In, and work. And this one now has 18 cheese, which I can then link over to here. And as we do that, I can just delete the other ones. There we go. And you're now getting the 8 in here. This one still has 10 surplus, and those 10 surplus goes up to that food market. All right, now they have cheese. So let's do the same thing with the Zamba. And we are now short on artisans, but that's okay because we have made room for more artisans up here and also over here. So let's we should be able to make more. Okay, why are they not working? Okay, so they're just only thing they're missing is this one there and there. I'll just build them there and then we'll sort of shuffle them around if needed. There we go. That was good. So now we have excess and we have lowlanders excess. We have lots of money. That's good. Onwards to this area. This is going to be our perfect farming location. So let's start by making a shaft here. Let's go. Let's do that one. And this area here is prone to be... that is probably going to be falling down. So let's try and protect it. 1, 2, and 3. That should be good. And this doesn't really need it to be in there anymore. And I don't need these out at yet. So that's not a problem. And now I'm going to be making farms. Lots of farms. Lots of farms. Yes. Here. And this is the good location. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then... and when they're linked like this, they are one entity. That means I... okay. There. And then they only need to be available to out here. So I could do a carrier post. And that would just be here. Okay, look at that. That's really expensive. 57 workers not here. Some of them will be taken out, but we need to build this consolidated build here. There. So we now have 72 inbound, and that needs to be sent over to a production here. We'll do it 1, 2, 3. 72 is this, and then I drag it from 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. And I will then make this carrier hut. It's the one that takes it out of this district. There we go. And now I have 37. So the question is, do you need the... no, you don't even want it. Do you guys need it? Oh, yes, you do. These really want it. And if I send it up there, then I'm going to be super happy. So I'm just going to send it up here. Whoop. Everything can be upgraded. Nice. I will also, from here, send it over to the starter area, like that. And then I can delete this part and this one. Good. So that gets us 8. And we still have a huge deficit here. Where did I lose my city? Oh, there it is. There. And I can then go backwards and say, okay, I'm actually losing 13 only, so I can at least take that one out, and then I can take some of these out as well. That'll just minimize the demand here. There we go. So these are now producing 24, and I'm using 13. So still have a huge deficit of lowlanders, but at least we now have a lot more space for lowlanders. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it almost looks like city block, doesn't it? Upgrade, 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 and these two are missing just the simple spirituality here. Boom, there we go. So that's now a positive number. Unfortunately, now we're missing artisans, and this is also another thing that just keeps going back and forth here. That one cannot be upgraded because it's missing everything. Wow. Huh. Yeah, it's missing utensils. Okay, so this is definitely not where we want to build it. Then let's build it down here. Oops. Ah, this little then. There we go. That's 60 additional, and then we see something is not working. Satisfaction is low. What is... Oh, look at that. Egg production. But we have egg production at a consolidated location, so we can just always just produce a little bit more. In. And we don't even need these. Where are we at? 40 something. There. I love the fact that you can just build these dedicated locations like this. And it makes it so much easier. And yeah, it costs a little bit in terms of the upkeep and also some workforce that has to be allocated to it. But it makes it so much easier to balance things out. Right, so now we're actually in a position where all of this can be upgraded. That is crazy. But do I want it? Not really. Oh. Ah, there are a few people who don't pay their taxes. Yes. There. Everyone's paying the taxes now. Good. More money. The last one we wanted to make is an inn. So we go here to posterity. Then we need an inn. But they also need here, the ale production. That requires a forester that goes into a kiln. So let's make the kiln and make it next to, you know, maybe make it right here. There. So I'm just gonna go with a... There. These are going into that one. And it's not going anywhere, but at least it's here. The charcoal kiln will now need to be exported out of this area. So I'm gonna get it into a box like that and go in. Now this one can then, charcoal kiln can then be going out. Let's see how the ratio we're building. We're getting 12 inbound. Each of these produce 4. Okay, so we get 12, produces 6. This is exporting 6. And if I'm now looking at the brewery, that's the brewery, and that goes, let's just build a few here. 1, 2. That needs some production of here. I think we need more of this. 1, 2, 3, and oh no. If we can just consolidate like this, yes, much nicer. I don't even know how much they need. They need 18. Oh, never mind. Then this is way too much. So the other one was actually better, I guess. Here and oh, power of land avalanches increase. Oh, that was just freaking out there. Okay. And I guess that will be to be a exporter. And then we need some roads. Yeah. This one. That works. So they are now perfectly balanced. Then I am going to get the kiln from here, send it into that one, send it into that one. And these are now perfectly balanced. They're going to be producing 9 each. There, that means now we have 18 ready to export. We are short on everything, but we could shut down one of these chains here. So let's do that. There, that gets a little bit better. Okay, but we still have 9 to export, and then that is where we then want to see, how do we make these happy? We need 120 people to be drunk. I think monks are the ones who are more likely to be the drunkards, aren't they? Yeah, so let's take some of these out, and maybe even take this out, and then... Oh, that got too far away. Crazy. There is hope for this one, yo. Ah, but you're not paying taxes then. Alright, and you would pay taxes if I moved here, I guess. But I need to build something else. That was the inn I need to make. Prosperity and the inn effects. Oh. Doesn't really affect as many as I thought. No demand for this resource. What? The monks are not drinking. Damn, what? That's some weird monks. Okay, well, never mind. Then we'll find someone else. I mean, lowlanders, they're definitely drunkards. So I think that'll be right there. So let's move this out by 1. And these out by 2. And then get the in here. That should affect a lot. And these two be upgraded. These two cannot be upgraded because they're missing just the spirituality that's here, there, and there. Good. So we're almost having enough here, and there. We got enough workers for that. And then we can export our beer. There we go. All the way over to that one. And then that got us 250 people happy and drunk. That is perfect. Ta-da! And now we got some other ones. Provide artisans with access to bath. Already done. Have monks upgraded to level 2 dormitories. That should also be easy. We can even make it back to the ones we had it before. And you are not paying taxes, so you need to go back here. Let's see, everyone's paying taxes now. Yes, everyone has food. Yes, and then we cannot just upgrade, and then we'll definitely have something else that complains. That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There we go. Not even a deficit of anything. Nice. Shoot, 43 missing. I don't wonder why that's actually the case. So we need to do research. 43. Oh wait. Well, I guess that's something. Let's see. So we want to make it over here. That's probably the best location to build it. And this thing. Wonder if that could be here. Upgrade, 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 upgrade. This one's upgraded as well. Yes, that's perfect. We got everything sorted. There we go. Wow, that's a lot of money. House relief? I don't know what that means. Oh, chickens. There you go. So now there shouldn't be any house relief. Good. Right. I think this is a pretty good place to wrap up this episode. I think it gives a pretty good idea about how this game works, and also just how to make it sort of smooth, flow smoothly. I had issues in the beginning with trying to get all these distances, the things that are sort of proximity based, like the marketplace, the taxation, the inn, also the commodity exchange thingy, this one. In here and the bath, like there are a lot of things that are proximity based, and those proximity based units or buildings are just troublesome, to be perfectly honest. And I think that they're a little bit too short range. I am aware that what you seriously I was so close. I was so happy, and now this is uncheesable. But I guess we should be able to do that, right? That goes in here, and then we have a huge excess of that, and that should be able to go here and here Really? No, they need to be exported like that, and then go out there. Yeah, and then obviously it's not enough resources to send because I'm missing 3. This could be taking a little bit more, so that's nothing to do about that. The ideal build would be something like this, and you're gonna go in there, and then that has an here. There, that's the ideal. So now we have lots and lots of, this is our cheese district, cheese and yak district. And that, I think this is kind of the best way to build things, is build like dedicated districts that do, well, dedicated things. And then just try to shift around like a little bit on what you can kind of eke out something extra here. Because I'm pretty sure I can do this, and then I can build another one on that side. And now I just realized we still don't have enough resources, and it's still back to that one. There, and it still needs to go more. Yeah. Good. So why does the artisans, why did the artisans just jump? It was -4, but now it's minus a lot more. So more artisans, right? It's just a constant struggle here. Why this one? Why is this one? This is not getting utensils and in there and in there. So that will do the last thing here, and that is the fact that this is not in range. What if I do that and oops? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be the same range. And if I move this anywhere else, let's move it over here. I know. That one, and you're still going to be able to reach that. Cool. Right, and you're going to be upgraded. Good. And we still have... What is the problem with that? Okay, so the last thing I wanted to show you was what the impact of better roads. So we look at our money. I'm not paying anything. House relief. Okay. But from here, that could help reach avalanche. Let's see if it gets caught. That did not work. Why did it not work? I don't know. I don't get why it didn't work. I think it should work. But oh well. Oh, they got stronger. Well, that means we need to engage Mr. Plow to start chucking these out. And then lots of stuff are kind of missing right now, but that's because these are getting dug out. All right. And we still need more buildings. Sometimes you can also just maybe suffice with saying, okay, well, maybe it's not getting all of it, but at least it's 4 additional without having a lot of requirements to it. But it's also nice if we can actually upgrade to the next level. Here, now that's missing a road, so that's not really working at all. But just getting stuff like this, like if it's not, as long as it has food, then it's gonna be fine. There we go. So that's done. That one, the yaks are not done. Oh, because the yaks got unyacked. Okay, I'm gonna kill that, and I am going to remove this and make a Mr. Plow there instead, which will then put a significant damper on our production here. I wonder if that one could be moved in here. That's fine. And then you could be moved. And you could be go back. There you go. And as you can see, that's just constantly not enough. And this is the egg production, and that's kind of understandable because we have this one not working. There you go. Eggs are better, but now there's more. All right. Well, anyway, this is because of the digging things out. Once they are dug out, then we should be fine with this. Yeah, okay. We have a surplus now. Good. Anyway, I think that there are some cool things about this game, like how crisp it is to sort of things work. Then they work, and then we can just move on. And no lead time, no buffering, no nothing. No, it's just glorious. I think that the range thing is a little bit too frustrating to work with, and aside from it, it's a super cool little game. Very much enjoy it. So I hope you got a sense of what it's like, and maybe you want to give it a shot yourself. So if you are keen on seeing more of this or see the completion of this mission, then be sure to let me know in the comment section as usual. And also, of course, keep an eye on, or if you want to keep an eye on future games and upcoming games and existing games and more in the factory and simulation genre, consider subscribing to the channel, of course. And thanks to big thanks to the patrons who are supporting the channel and the work I do here. So thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.